The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers Tuesday, April 14th. Will answers Electra, Brooke Matchmaking, Dylan's Heartache. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B spoilers for Tuesday, April 14th, reveal that Will Spencer Crew Morrow will respond to Electra Forrester's Lania Grace ultimatum while Brooke Logan Forrester Catherine Kelly Lang plays Cupid. Melissa Dillon, Sydney Bullock, will also make a painful choice, so here's what viewers can expect. For starters, Brooke will have a conversation with R.J. Forrester, Brian Nicoletti, about his feelings for Electra. Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer, has already been playing matchmaker, but Brooke's matchmaking efforts will come into play on Tuesday's B&B episode, too. Of course, R.J. doesn't really need any nudges in Electra's direction. Since R.J. basically thinks Electra is the most perfect woman who's ever walked the earth, he'll no doubt agree when Brooke pushes him to trust his heart when it comes to pursuing her. However, Electra clearly hasn't fully let go of Will since she just offered yet another ultimatum. If Will wants a future with Electra, then Dylan has to go. What will Will's response be, especially since he's seen Electra kissing R.J.? Is Will going to throw that back in Electra's face and deliver any ultimatums of his own? Regardless, Electra also pushed Dylan to move out of Will's spare room now that she's received a paycheck from her job at Forrester Creations. Dylan is facing Electra's pressure to relocate if she expects Electra to coexist peacefully with her around the office. Since B&B spoilers say Dylan will make a choice that'll cause some heartache, she may resolve to move off Will's property. Dylan might also decide to come clean to Will about Ivy's manipulation so that he can still have a real chance with Electra. Will deserves to be able to choose a romantic path for himself based on all the facts, so Dylan may play a role in how the truth gets exposed. Naturally, Daphne Rose Walton, Muriel Hilaire, also knows the real story and may end up spilling some shocking news to Electra soon enough. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say there's much more drama to come for Will, Electra, Dylan and Ivy, so stay tuned. CDL will have all the scorching Bold and the Beautiful spoilers and news you're looking for, so make us your favorite hotspot. The world of the Bold and the Beautiful turns sharply emotional this Tuesday, April 14th, as relationships fracture, hearts are tested, and unexpected decisions change everything at Forrester Creations and beyond. From Will's complicated romantic tension with Electra to Brooke's subtle interference in her son's love life, and Dylan's painful emotional turning point, this episode promises high-stakes drama wrapped in raw human emotion. At the center of the storm is Will, who finds himself caught in a pressure cooker of love, loyalty, and consequences. Electra is no longer willing to sit quietly on the sidelines, and her patience has finally run out. Will faces Electra's shocking ultimatum. Will's world is shaken when Electra delivers a firm and emotionally charged ultimatum. After weeks of tension, jealousy, and misunderstandings involving R.J., Electra has reached her breaking point. She refuses to continue in a relationship that feels unstable and emotionally exhausting. Electra's message is simple but powerful. Either Will commits fully and proves where his heart truly lies, or she walks away. Will, however, is torn. His feelings for Electra are real, but recent conflicts, especially those tied to R.J. and workplace tension at Forrester Creations, have clouded his judgment. Instead of clarity, he is left with emotional chaos. The ultimatum forces Will into a corner where every choice feels like a loss. Behind closed doors, Will struggles with guilt and confusion, unsure whether he can meet Electra's expectations or if he is already too late to fix what has been broken. Brooke steps in with subtle matchmaking. Meanwhile, Brooke Logan once again proves she cannot resist stepping into matters of the heart, especially when her son R.J. is involved. Brooke gently encourages R.J. to follow his heart, sensing that he is still deeply connected to Electra despite the complications between them. While Brooke tries to present herself as neutral, her subtle influence reveals a clear direction. She believes R.J. deserves happiness, and she is quietly rooting for him and Electra to find their way back together. Her advice, though well-intentioned, adds another layer of pressure to an already complicated situation. Brooke is no stranger to romantic entanglements and love triangles, and her involvement often shifts the emotional balance in unexpected ways. R.J., already struggling with jealousy, ambition, and unresolved feelings, finds himself even more conflicted after his conversation with his mother. Instead of gaining clarity, he becomes more emotionally uncertain, especially knowing that Electra's relationship with Will is now hanging by a thread. Brooke's matchmaking energy may seem gentle on the surface, but in the world of the Bold and the Beautiful, even soft interference can spark explosive consequences. Dylan's heartbreaking emotional decision. Elsewhere at Forrester Creations, Dylan finds herself standing at an emotional crossroads that she can no longer avoid. What once seemed like an exciting opportunity has become a source of emotional strain and inner conflict. Dylan's connection to Will and the surrounding drama has placed her in an uncomfortable position, forcing her to question where she truly belongs. As tensions rise between Electra and Will, Dylan becomes increasingly aware that she is unintentionally caught in the middle of a love triangle she never intended to join. The pressure builds until she reaches a breaking point. In a deeply emotional moment, Dylan makes a heartbreaking decision, one that reflects both her strength and her pain. While the exact nature of her choice remains emotionally complex, it signals her desire to protect herself from further emotional damage. Dylan's decision is not made lightly. She is torn between ambition, loyalty, and personal peace. But in the end, she chooses what she believes is best for her emotional survival, even if it means walking away from something she once valued. Her exit from the immediate drama leaves a ripple effect across everyone involved, especially Will, who is forced to reflect on how his choices have impacted others. Emotional fallout across Forrester Creations. As the episode unfolds, Forrester Creations becomes a quiet battlefield of emotions. No one is untouched by the tension. RJ is left questioning his place in Electra's heart. Will is drowning in regret and indecision. Electra stands firm in her boundaries, refusing to be drawn back into confusion without real commitment. And Brooke continues to subtly steer the emotional narrative, believing she is helping even as she unknowingly complicates matters further. What makes this episode particularly intense is the emotional realism behind each storyline. Every character is dealing with love, pride, fear, and vulnerability in their own way. Love, pressure, and consequences collide. By the end of the episode, one truth becomes clear: nothing in these relationships can remain the same. Electra's ultimatum forces change, Dylan's decision removes a key emotional player from the triangle, and Brooke's influence ensures that RJ remains emotionally pulled in multiple directions. Meanwhile, Will stands at the center of it all, overwhelmed by the consequences of hesitation and indecision. As Tuesday's episode closes, viewers are left with lingering questions. Will finally decide what his heart truly wants? Can Electra hold her ground without breaking completely? Will RJ step forward, or step away? And will Dylan's heartbreaking decision truly bring her peace? One thing is certain in The Bold and the Beautiful: love is never simple, and every choice comes with a price.